Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, January 22nd, 2016. My name is Cliff Backus, and this is your pushbuttonstocktrading.com daily video market review. Much of what we do at Push Button Stock Trading is based in part or in full on William O'Neill's classic book, How to Make Money in Stocks. O'Neill utilizes the acronym CANSLIM to identify the important elements of what he's looking for in a trade. The N in CANSLIM stands for something new, new products, new management, or perhaps new market conditions. The N reminds us that we need something new and exciting to sustain longer-term profit growth. The L in CANSLIM stands for leader or laggard. It's important that we identify where the leadership in the market is. To this end, we use HGSI, High Growth Stock Investors Spectrum Analyzer, to identify the leadership in the market. So let's get started with that. Yesterday, of the top 100 most powerful stocks in the most powerful industry groups, 12 came from the restaurant industry, 9 came from semiconductor devices, 8 came from real estate investment trusts, 6 were from specialty apparel stores, and rounding out the top 5 was entertainment content. Recently, we've seen a lot of real estate investment trust, and we've seen a lot of semiconductor devices. We're seeing a little bit of restaurants recently as well. These may be good places to look for leadership when the market resumes the uptrend. I want to start today by taking a quick look at the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Line. What we're looking at here is the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Line. Notice how the Advanced Decline Line put in a low in this area, a low in that area. We came up and we set a couple of recent highs, but recently we've put in this high right here on the advanced decline line. We put in this low, we put in this lower high, and this lower low. This is a very bearish looking advanced decline line. We want to see the advanced decline line take out certainly this area of resistance right here before we get overly excited about the market. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000. The Russell yesterday traded higher than the prior day for the first time in a while. Unfortunately, the Russell closed lower for the day. As we've noted, the Russell's the key to the market going forward here, and before we can get very excited about a bull market, we need to see the Russell recapture this 1040 resistance area. Ultimately, we want to see the Russell recapture this downtrend line. But for right now, baby steps. We will accept a push above the 1040 area. Let's take a look at what the Nasdaq Composite's up to. But before we do that, the M in the CANSLIM acronym stands for market, and to my way of thinking is the most important element. So let's take a quick look at the market. Markets closed mixed again yesterday, with the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 closing higher, while the Russell 2000 struggled to a lower close. The small cap S&P 600 also closed lower for the session. Trading volume was above average, but lower than the prior session. According to our market timing model, we remain on a primary sell signal with a secondary aggressive buy signal. An aggressive buy signal indicates that aggressive traders can buy stocks but should not be employing margin at this point. More conservative traders should continue to accumulate cash. Advancing issues outpaced decliners by about 5-3 yesterday. As we noted earlier, the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Line continues to look considerably more bearish than bullish. New lows bettered new highs, but by a much more reasonable margin yesterday. Our overbought, oversold indicator is showing an extremely oversold condition in the market. Keep in mind, an extremely oversold market can become severely oversold. On a more bullish note, for the second time in as many days, small capitalization stocks bettered large yesterday, but large cap stocks continue to outperform on a 10-day moving average basis. Small caps typically outperform in bull markets. Okay, Nasdaq Composite yesterday was up 0.37 points or 1/100%. We closed at 44.72, and notice how the Nasdaq tried to better resistance down here in the 45.06 area, but couldn't. We balked at that area, closing below resistance again. Nasdaq needs to recapture this 45.06 level. Trading volume yesterday was higher than the prior day. I'm sorry, trading volume yesterday was lower than the prior day, but above average daily. The Nasdaq Composite, for you followers of William O'Neill, is currently indicating a market in correction. We've been in a market in correction since January 5th. Right now, the Nasdaq is bracketed by support down here in the 42.92 area, and as we noted earlier, resistance up here in the 45.06 range. Our market timing model is indicating a sell rating on the market, but we do have an aggressive buy signal. If the Nasdaq was to better the 45.06 area, I would say that aggressive traders can begin to dabble back into the market. More conservative traders will want to continue to accumulate cash. See what the S&P 500 is up to. S&P is looking a little bit more bullish than the Nasdaq. We were up 9.66 points yesterday, or just over 0.5%. The S&P closed at 1868, but importantly, S&P closed above this area of support resistance in the 1867 range. That's looking a little bit more bullish. Trading volume yesterday was above average but below the prior day. The S&P is in a market in correction, has been since January 4th. Right now, the S&P is bracketed by support down here in the 1867 area and probably resistance at this long-term trend line. We'll call that resistance for right now. If we were to break above that area, we would look at 1993 as our area of resistance. Right now, the S&P 500 is on a sell signal on our market timing model, but we are on an aggressive buy signal as a secondary signal. An aggressive buy signal indicates that aggressive traders can buy stocks, but shouldn't be employing margin right now. More conservative traders should continue to accumulate cash. Before we go here, I want to talk a little bit about Store Capital Corp. Store is a real estate investment trust that owns 947 single-tenant commercial real estate properties in 46 states operated under long-term net leases. Let's extend this chart out to a year. And you can see Store Capital is putting in this long-term first stage cup and handle base. Notice how the volume has dried up in the handle portion of the base. We want to see volume pick up as we move up the right side of the base and then dry up in the base. And we see that for the most part, volume has picked up on the right side of the base. This is a first stage cup and handle base with a pivot point in the 2354 area. Store Capital gets a 76% checklist rating, which right now is a tremendous rating after the correction that the market's gone through. Yesterday, it's hard to see here, but Store Capital traded higher trading volume than any down day in the past 10 trading sessions. That's our definition of a pocket pivot. And so aggressive traders could buy Store Capital here on this pocket pivot, keeping in mind that this is really kind of an ugly market, and up until recently, I haven't been thrilled about the aggressive buy rating in the market. I do like Store Capital here, and as I said, aggressive traders may want to take a look at it. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about any of the stocks mentioned today or any of our market strategies, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email, or make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. contact information is on the home page. Please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at PushButtonStock. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohanneson Liqueurs, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohanneson Liqueurs, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries, and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push Button Stock Trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push Button Stock Trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push Button Stock Trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of Push Button Stock Trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push Button Stock Trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.